Good morning, guys. June 2026 market analysis in Winnipeg, Manitoba. What's going on today? What's gonna happen in a couple of weeks? And what actually happened? What are we at right now? So it's Anna Schusterman, Team Remax Executive. I'm a real estate agent in Winnipeg, Manitoba. And welcome. Let me tell you what's going on. So right now, what we have, average price in May 2026 was for the residential detached houses was almost $410,000 average for the prices today for the residential houses. That's pretty sad because it's pretty expensive, even though we are not as expensive province in Canada. We're one of the cheapest still, even though in every other provinces they have some kind of crisis of their own. We don't have a crisis as much as they do. Our prices going up. We have limited inventory. We don't have enough sellers, and our buyers keep looking. I think that the situation with all the market financial situation in Canada, all this recession that everybody's talking about, that's what's bringing people into the real estate market, because here when you purchase the house, you actually have something and you put your money to work. That's why I think we have more and more buyers on the market. But even though we are still one of the cheapest markets in Canada. So right now, if we're looking at the houses, the residential house, we have a few different sections. So if we're looking at the very old houses from 1882 to about 50s, end of 40s, year build. That's what I'm saying. We're talking about year build. There, in a residential detached house, we're looking at between 250 to 390 for the detached house in good areas of Winnipeg. If you're going into North End and stuff, obviously I can find the cheaper houses in there. But if you're looking at the nice and family-friendly areas and safe areas, that's what we're seeing today. If we're looking at the houses from 1950s to 1970s included, their average is that's our average. That's the most desirable market that we have, most desirable houses. That's most of the starter houses in this year build. Most people are looking at these houses as their first house. And here we're looking between 380 in a horrible condition to close to 20,000. That's pretty much where we're at. And average, we're looking at 420. That's our average for this kind of houses. Those are very nice homes, lots of broken foundations in there, but we keep looking. We're looking, we'll if the house is nice and everything is great with the house, there it depends on the area size and the condition of that house. And those are the easiest houses to sell. Those are the most desirable houses in the area, in the market. If we're looking at the houses that have been built from 1980s to almost 2000s, there the price is starting from 500 and up, and there the up can be to millions also. That depends on the area, on the size, and the condition of the house. Obviously, all these three things always those that determine what's gonna happen with the price, right? So with 80s in Winnipeg, we start from 500, and there we're going up. If we're looking at 2000s up until now, including the new builds, their average house will be 600. They can be between 500, 550 to couple million easy. That depends already on what you're looking for, what's going on with that house. So many houses, they are very expensive just because of the size and not necessarily because of the condition. Very often we're looking at the houses that over $1 million, but the condition is awful and it needs another $200,000-$300,000 to get it into the condition where you're gonna enjoy the house. So the price is not always about the luxury necessary. It's really not. It's more about the location and the size and sometimes the age. Okay, so that's what we're looking at detached house. If you're okay to travel a bit, outside of perimeter, we have many houses that are much cheaper or much bigger for the same amount of money that in Winnipeg. So if you're okay to travel, because right now, last month I had few clients where we bought new build houses outside of Winnipeg. Some needed to travel 30 to 40 minutes every day just from there to Winnipeg. But if you're willing to drive, it might be a very good idea because you can buy under 400 a brand new house in certain areas in Manitoba. In some areas, the prices start from 600 and they just going up depending on why, right? It's always, there are some areas outside of Winnipeg that are very expensive, and they are luxury, and obviously the prices will start from 600 for like bare minimum over there. Okay, so that's what we're looking at the detached houses. If we're looking at the side-by-sides or townhouses, side-by-sides, we basically can try to buy something at 300. Mostly in average it will be 350. Most houses will be sold as side-by-sides. It's 1950s to 1980s. They will be sold from 300 to almost 400, and in average we're looking at 350, 360. That's pretty much what's going on. If you're looking at something newer or a new build side-by-side, 550 is your price to go. In some cases there are more. Outside of Winnipeg we can find something cheaper, obviously, for side-by-sides, but you need to be ready to travel. Okay, if we're talking about condos, Condo, a very interesting market because there we're looking at one seller versus one buyer. So that one seller is looking for that buyer. And if our market, our condo is under 270 price range, $270,000 price range, everything that's lower than that will be very easy to sell, and we have lots of those, and buyers usually we have 1 to 2 buyers per unit, and the prices are not going as high as they used to be last year, but they still coming up. There we do negotiate. By the way, last week we had 5 offers on such townhouse condo, so the prices are going higher and the demand is there. As soon as we live in the price range 350 and higher, as soon as we're going higher, obviously we have less buyers because people already thinking, okay, if I have 350, maybe I will go for the house, maybe I will go to side-by-sides. Why would I pay condo fees? And we do have a video that explains the expenses, monthly expenses with condo and versus the house. And spoiler alert, the house became more expensive in that particular case, but it's not always like that because it all depends on condo fees. So yes, sometimes houses are more desirable than townhouse. In some cases, guys, townhouses are cheaper and less work should be done daily there. You just coming home and just enjoying it. So it all depends on the buyer, what's more expensive, what's more important for the buyers. But we have these options from 350 and higher for the condos. and condos are still there, and the prices are not going anywhere. You can even negotiate, so it's a nice market, but you need to be ready for, obviously, for paying the condo fee. Okay, so that's what we have with the prices. Regarding the what's going on with amount of people that's on the market right now. So right now, last month in May 2026, we had a little bit over 2,000 new listings. We sold all over Winnipeg through the months a little bit under 2,000 units. It means, of overall houses and townhouses, everything. It means that one seller versus one buyer. And we never have that situation where in perfect house, the wonderful, everything is great, and it's priced correctly, and we don't have any offers there. You usually have, and we usually have few, because it's not like you have 2,000 sellers and 2,000 buyers, and each of them chose one house. So many houses are with broken foundations, with leaking basements, they smell, so the people not bidding for those houses. So many houses there that are beautiful and perfect, so many people are bidding on those houses. So at the same time, we're seeing houses that staying on the market longer, and at the same time, we're seeing the houses that the prices keep coming up. During last between the months of May 2026 and months of May 2025, the prices went 4% up in average. That depends again on condo, townhouses, stay-alone houses, but in average we have 4% increase, which is not bad. Actually, it's not crazy, it's not too much, and I'm happy with that number. We're heading into summer where we will have more sellers on the market, because everything is green now and people can show their front yards and backyards, and it's all nice and all, but we might get less buyers, because people already bought, people already moving to their new homes, some people going for vacations. So over here, it always depends on what kind of week it is. In real estate, in Winnipeg real estate market, each week the market is different. Sometimes we have so many buyers and not enough sellers. In next week we have much more sellers, but the buyers disappeared somehow. Week after, we suddenly have many offers. So it all comes and goes, and it depends. It depends on holidays and the weather and the kids' vacations and all these things. Right now, we're in June, where so many people's kids are finishing their schools, and we might see a little bit of the calming down in that area, because people are consistently looking at the houses, and at the same time they have the end of the school stress. And over here we can see a couple of weeks of calmness, and then we'll have July and August, which usually are slower markets in Winnipeg. However, who knows, we'll see, because so many people didn't have a chance to buy during the spring, and this spring was pretty crazy, and we had so many offers over there. So it's we'll see. I'm expecting to have a little bit calmer market, like we'll have like 5-6 offers for one place, not as many. Just, it's nicer when it's not 20 offers at one house. It's much better. So we'll see what's going on, and during the September, October, the market's supposed to keep going higher and the more demanding. Again, I'll be here with you. I'll keep you updated. I'll let you know what's going on. But that's what we have. So it was Anna Schusterman team, Remax Executives, and I'm always here for you and for your referrals. And I do provide luxury service, because